welcome back to another episode of Lost in Austin. It is January 1st, 2023. We are at H Mart. We got an H Mart that we're going to go in here and do some shopping and see what it looks like on the first day of January 2023. Let's go. This is an Instacart batch going 8 miles, and I think it's paying $30. I think they have about 13 items. While 13 items is normally not a lot in H Mart, which is a store that I'm not familiar with, it could take us a little bit of time, but it's the first of the year, so let's be optimistic. I will see you guys inside. So we got all of our produce. We got radish, daikon radish, white turnips. These are lotus roots, as well as bean sprouts. So I think that's all we need for produce. So now we're gonna head to meat. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand the fishy smell back here. Alright, so here we are in the seafood market here at HEB. I believe we're looking at some seaweed salad, also salmon roe, as well as some canned crab meat, There were lots of things, I'll be honest with you, lots of varieties and species of fish that I was not familiar with. Here's a shrimp bar, as you can see. Tons of different options for shrimp if you want the shrimp head on or off. Off is my personal preference. I don't like my food to look back at me. So I'm not a real huge fan of anything with the head still on it. So again, it's up to your taste preference. They also have, it looks like some sort of poke bar, I guess you could call it. So tons of different types of poke that you can get here. If you want it, H Mart pretty much has it. So whether it is, you know, your typical American favorites, or whether you're wanting something again that is outside of the box from your normal food options, H Mart is going to have you covered. Look at this. Look at all of this meat and produce. My mind is blown every time I go inside of here, but for whatever reason, whenever it's time for me to shop, it just never crosses my mind to go to H Mart. But I'm going to probably try to look up some sort of recipe, and I'm going to go to H Mart and shop for the ingredients, just because after going here on this particular day, I really feel like I need to take advantage of this store, being that it's so close to me. This is the Lakeline location, by the way, so if you're in North Austin, it's really, really accessible right off of 183. Okay, so here we are, perusing the aisles. I think at this point I was looking for some sort of salmon steak and also a Korean barbecue sauce. And as you can see, they have a kajillion. H Mart is one of those places where if you are in a recipe rut, and you don't know what to make and you're looking to do something outside of your norm, this is the place that I highly suggest that you go. You are bound to find something that you absolutely never tried before. Now, whether or not you'll like what you try, I can't say. But at the very least, if you go to the produce section, there are all sorts of fruits and vegetables that I know I don't typically cook with. And so because I don't typically cook with them, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you probably don't cook with them either. But the produce section is full of options that are really outside of the ones that you're going to find at H-E-B, Randall's, and other local grocery chains. So definitely go check them out. In addition to the produce selection, also, as you can see here, there are tons and tons of different sauces. Korean barbecue out the yin yang. You know, I saw so many different Korean barbecue sauces that I wanted to try. So just picture putting something like that into a slow cooker and letting those flavors marinate. So again, tons and tons of options. We're not again going to talk about the seafood. There was a huge seafood selection. I think I mentioned earlier that I wasn't a fan of the smell of the seafood area, and it's not that it didn't smell. It said it smelled like seafood, so there wasn't a foul smell, so to speak. I don't want to give you that impression. It just smelled like the sea, and for me, that is not a smell that I am particularly fond of. But if you can withstand that, there's going to be tons of options for shrimp and all sorts of crustaceans and seafood that you may have never thought to try. So definitely look into that. Also, the meat department, tons of options, deer, and things outside of the norm once again. So anyhow, you guys, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that this was a 13 item batch. Now normally, again, if I'm shopping at a store that I'm familiar with, let's say a Sam's Club or an H-E-B, or Randall's, if I have a 13 item order, it's probably going to take me about 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes to complete that order, depending on how busy the store is. But this, I am embarrassed to say, took me a full hour to complete. A full hour. And one of the reasons it takes so long is because it's super, super, super congested. Now, I know you probably can't tell here in this video, and it's the first of the year, but one of the biggest problems with H Mart, in my opinion, is that the aisles are super, super narrow. And because the aisles are so narrow, it's really hard for you to not feel as if you are impeding someone else's process or path. So I'm one of those people where I hate to be in someone's space, so I'm constantly trying to move or maneuver in a way that's considerate to the people around me. I need to adopt sort of the mentality of a lot of other shoppers who just go into a store with I don't give a damn and I don't see you dispositions, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that. But anyway, you guys, the aisles are super narrow, it's super crowded. They don't necessarily have people delegated in this store to help you find items, so you are on your own once you go inside of H Mart. But if you're looking for a food adventure, if you're looking to try something new, again, it's a new year, so let's try new things in the new year. I think H Mart is a fantastic option to help get you out of your recipe rut. And even if you're not cooking and you just want to be inspired and see some different things, the ramen section has probably 1,000 different types of ramen, and I'm not exaggerating. There are so many different types of ramen. If you are vegetarian or vegan and you want to try different produce, great options, tons of different seaweed options. I didn't know that there was so much seaweed, so many varieties of seaweed salad. So again, whether you're a carnivore, whether you're a vegetarian, or whether you're just a person who likes to see new and different things, H Mart is an experience. It's a grocery store on one side, and off to the left side, even though we didn't go over there, it's almost like a mini mall. They have a couple of boutiques within this location. In addition to the boutiques, they also have lots and lots of restaurants. So you can make it an entire day of shopping and food. It's a great place to take a date. The atmosphere is really cool, even though, again, it's a little busy for my personal taste. It's still a great experience to have. So if you're in the mood for something new, if you're feeling adventurous, if you're in a food rut, and if you want to just go out and try something outside of your norm, definitely give H Mart a shot. That is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in the not too distant future. So before you go, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button, and also subscribe if you feel inclined to do so. I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Be safe, and Happy New Year to everyone.